Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're doing something special for Christmas. I had two albums submitted in my comments of my Cannibal Corpse video, so we're going to be reviewing these albums right now. And we're going to be starting with Youngblood's Idols. And I'm just going to give you a score for all of the tracks because I got it written down right beside me right here. Now, Hello Heaven, Hello gets a light 8. Idols Part 1 gets a light 8. Now, Lovesick Lullaby, it's not a dud, but it is the weakest track on here. That got a decent sense out of me. But however, though, he does rally with Zombie. That is a strong 8 of a track. That was a great track. Then The Greatest Parade was a light 8. Change was a decent 8. Monday Murder was a light 8. Ghost was a decent 8. Fire was a strong 7. War was a decent 8. Idols Part 2 was a light 8, and same for Supermoon. A little bit of David Bowie influence on this one, too, and there's a little bit of Black Sabbath influence here in places as well. Also, rest in peace, Ozzy. Believe it or not, Youngblood was his protege. Before Ozzy sadly passed. So rest in peace to Ozzy and Youngblood. I hope you can carry on his magnificent legacy. Good luck to you, man. But this album gets a B minus from me. Great album. This is worth checking out, honestly. Like, shout out to this album, and shout out to JT Villain for recommending this to me. I actually really appreciate that. Check this album out. But next up, my other recommendation is the Wicked soundtrack. And this album is very interesting. Let's say that. That feels like a good way of phrasing that. This is a very interesting album. Defying Gravity was a decent 7. Same for No One Mourns the Wicked. Ozdust was a strong 7. Then Dear Old Shears was a decent 7. The Wizard and I was a decent 7. But Something Bad was a strong 7. Oh, my bad. I got mixed up. I'm sorry about that, yo. The Wizard and I is a strong 7, but Something Bad is a decent 7. I got mixed up. Sorry. Dancing Through Life is a decent 7. Same with What Is This Feeling and I'm Not That Girl. And A Sentimental Man is a decent 7. But then we have our first notable dud with Popular. I think this song sucks ass. I'm sorry, y'all. This song was terrible. Jesus Christ. I hate the lyrics. I hate the sound of this song. Everything about this song was terrible. This was like a decent 3. Yeesh. The only thing that I could say about it is there's the occasional interesting part of instrumentation, but that is literally it. But however, they do rally. They do rally with One Short Day. That one actually got a decent 8 out of me. That was a great track, actually. The way this album closes is magnificent. So overall, I gave this album a decent 7. Check this album out, I gave this album a decent 7 or a C tier. Check this album out if you feel up to it. It's not a must listen, but it's not a bad album. It's a pretty good album with only one notable dud and one notable standout, but pretty good nonetheless. I would say check it out if you're feeling up to it. But next up, though, I included an album I wanted to review in here with End It, with their debut album, Wrong Side of Heaven. Excuse me. This album was genuinely Really great, actually. This was a great album. This album is worth your time. It's only 22 minutes as well. So you only have to spend like maybe like 2 episodes of SpongeBob without commercials listening to this. It's 22 minutes. Solid opener with Wrong Side of Heaven. This was a decent 8, but Pale Horse was a 9. Exploiter was a 10. Same with Billion Dollar Question. Cloud Busting was a 9. Life Sublime was a 10. Optical Delusion was, I believe, an 8. I Lament was a 10. Used to Be was a 9. Anti-Colonial is a 10. Future Without a Past is an 8. Disdain You Mad is a 9. Hookworm is an 8. Just a little too short. It's only 21 seconds. Could You Love Me is like an 8. It's the longest track on here at 3 minutes 17 seconds, but it's a little dull in my opinion. But Empire's Demise though is a 10 out of 10. They rally for that closer. I gave this album a decent 9, an A tier worthy album. It's not quite S or perfection. It is a debut. But this was a really strong album, and if they can capitalize on the strength of this album, then they can make something truly majestic. Let's go around, honestly. I'm not even joking. This is a fantastic album. Check this one out. This is like my recommendation of the video. The other two were fan recommendations. This is my recommendation. And the Wicked soundtrack came from a friend of mine named Kennedy. So shout out to her. Thank you for recommending me the Wicked soundtrack. I actually had a pretty good time with that. But that should do it. I hope all of you have a great week, a great weekend, and a great day. Take care, everyone. I will see all of you next video. Oh, and I'm doing a mulligan, by the way. Any request for that Cannibal Corpse video starts over. So JT Villain can put in another request. Kennedy can put in another request. You can put in a request, and I will review it. I don't care how many I get. If you want me to review an album you like, just drop it in the comments of this video below. But that should do it. Take care, everyone.